Now, hello everyone. Welcome to the ISTE PON Professional Development Programs. We're going to be connecting today with Tami from CILC to learn how you can find great resources to bring to your classroom right away, starting maybe even tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but pretty darn soon. But so with that, I'm going to turn this over to Tami to give us a great intro and start off with our program from CILC.
Thanks, Paul, and thank you all for joining me today for our program, Stop Searching for Remote Contact, Find It with CILC. Just to give you a little bit of an introduction about who I am, my name is Tami Moehring. I work for the Center for Interactive Learning and Collaboration. I am the Content Provider Liaison. It's a fancy way of saying I get to work with content providers or cultural organizations, zoos, art museums, the Reef HQ down in Australia, authors from around the world, and I get to help bring their virtual programs into the classroom for you as educators. So today I'm going to go back and forth between a Google slide and live to our website. And if you have any questions along the way, please let me know. But the first thing I want to do is share my desktop, and I'm going to go into the presentation. I'm going to kind of talk about what we have to cover today. So the first thing we're going to talk about is who CILC is. We're going to discuss our services. We're going to kind of walk you through using the website, and then we're going to open it up for questions and discussions. However, along the way, if you need anything, just let me know and I'll stop and answer those questions. So the first thing up is, who is CILC? We consider ourselves a match.com between educators and live interactive content. We have over 150 content providers from around the world that provide over 1,900 virtual field trips. So those are those thousands of programs that we have available. All of our programs are aligned to standards, and we have global members, so educators like yourself from around the world. CILC actually turned 25 this year, and to celebrate our 25th anniversary, we kind of pulled out some stats and great things to talk about. And so one of the things I want to show you over to the right is CILC has delivered over 98,000 virtual learning experiences, and those 98,000 virtual learning experiences have reached over 3 million people in our last 25 years. So we're very excited to do that, and we will continue to grow that data as you all join. So let's kind of dive into the website right now. So I'm going to quick exit out of my PowerPoint. The first thing I want to show you is here is the website. It is absolutely free to become a member on CILC. So when you come to the CILC website, it says join for free or log in. And I'm going to log in since I'm already a member. And what we have most members come to us for is our interactive virtual programming. So you can find those virtual field trip opportunities right over here in the search bar by putting in a search on things such as World War II, science, a plant's life, or you can also go under interactive learning, find programs. So if we go here, I'm going to go ahead and put in a search today. So I'm going to put about in World War II. And when I put in my topic that I'm interested in, and I always tell educators, start with thinking about what would you like to expand in your classroom, a curriculum area that you're finding to struggle with or help. You want to help your students engage more with it, or you just want someone else to be the expert for this particular topic that you don't feel is more secure about when you're talking about it. So I'm going to put in World War II. I can then filter that particular subject area by content provider. If I feel I know a content provider that might be really good at doing a program, so I might already know that down here at the very bottom in the section, the T section is the National World War II Museum. And I might go ahead and just choose their programming right away and narrow my search down with them. Or I always say, leave it open to unicorns and rainbows and go for the all. And then you can go ahead and hit go and it will search them. But if you wanted to narrow it down even further, you can also look at program we consider to meet our values on CILC. So we have 4 things that we've geared ourselves toward this last year. We would look for authentic learning experiences, diverse learning experiences, global learning for our educators. So those are the three main ones we hit for our K-12. And then we do have an opportunity for those that are in the lifelong learning or 55 and plus. These three values are given to programs, not just because the content provider says, yeah, my program's diverse. No, it's because you as an educator have taken that virtual field trip with them, filled out evaluation, and have said that they have a top score and they meet that value. So you may wonder, why is there only 363 programs there that are authentic? I thought you said you had 1,900, but actually those 363 are the ones that are certified to be authentic learning experiences. So I'm going to go ahead and push go right here. It's going to do my little searching. It's kind of like a Google results. And you'll right away see all the programs that we have available for our search of World War II. It's going to show you the name of the program, who the program is delivered by, a little bit of a description over here, the audience that it is targeting, and then off to the right with some of our programs, you'll see two indicators to help you know if this program is really kind of above and beyond what you're looking for. One of them is the CILC Pinnacle Award. At the end of our fiscal year, which is June 30th, CILC takes all the evaluations from all the programs throughout our year. We tally them up and average them out, and our top content providers get those Pinnacle Awards. Now, to get a Pinnacle Award, you have to have at least a 95% or above for the entire year. So we're looking close to a 4.0 grade average when you think about that for being a Pinnacle Award winner. Also below that, you'll see a star and a thumbs up. So during our evaluations, we ask our members, would you recommend this program to others? Yes or no? If they say yes, that program gets a thumbs up. And if we see overwhelming amount of those evaluations coming in recommending the program, we give them a star. And if you hover over it, you'll see with the mouse, it says recommended by 100% of participating members for this particular program. So if this was the program that really interested me, I go ahead and click on it. It's going to give me a little more information about the program itself. I'll see if it hits any of my values on CILC. I'll see if there's a cost associated with the program. We're going to look at the disciplinary items it follows, the subject areas. It's going to talk about the format. So you can right away see the outline of what you're going to be doing with your students, the objectives, and any standards that they'll be hitting while doing this virtual event. So if this was the one that interested me, all you have to do is then click on Book It, and the CILC website will walk you through 4 easy steps for booking that program. And once you book that program, an email will go out to you as a member and to the content provider, asking if they're available to do that time in their time. They'll say either yes, we can do it, and you'll get an acceptance email, or no, that doesn't work, but here's another time. Another great thing about CILC is when you become a member, you choose your time zone. So you can go in when you're doing this, and step 3 is actually to give the dates and times that it works for you to do an event, and you'll put those in all in your time, and it will automatically convert over into their time zone. So no more figuring out if they're in Eastern and I'm in Pacific, what's the difference? You are all set and ready to go. And we just got done with daylight savings time, so you would also have to figure that in there. And if I'm in Arizona, then I do follow it and don't follow it. CILC's got that taken care of for you. Now, one of the questions I get right away when we're looking at that interactive content with Find programs is, I am a school with limited budget. How can I find programs that are maybe out there at a low cost or maybe even free? So of the 1,900 programs on the CILC website, 30% of them are actually free. So all you need to do is then type in free and your subject line, or you can just put in free and hit go, and it's going to pop up all those programs that are free on the website. Keep in mind, for free programming, Anything in the United States that is federally funded has to be free. So anything from the Smithsonian or your national parks. And then there are some content providers like the Pro Football Hall of Fame or Longwood Gardens that provide all their programming for free. So that kind of gives you a lowdown of how to find programming on the CILC website. At this time, I'm going to take just a little break. I'm going to stop share and check in with my attendees if anyone has any questions about finding virtual field trips.
I've got a quick question.
Yes.
So regarding when you first go to the CILC.org and then you type in your search terms like World War II, and you can narrow it down by provider. I know that if you create an account, you can then save searches and filter and really drill down. Is there any way, just doing kind of a cursory search so that you don't have to go into your account and create, save a search or anything, that you can filter it further by intended audience or even elementary versus middle versus high or anything like that? Is that a possibility, or is there any way to do that? Or do you need to be logged in and create a search that you then really get specific and save, which is also very useful, I might add. But
so what we can do is kind of like a halfway in between that without logging in. One way to do that would be in share this desktop again. If I go to my search right here, I can type in World War II and 5th grade, and it's going to narrow that search down and show me the results pertaining to that program and the grade level. So that's one way to do it. However, you did allude to something that helps you out a little bit more if you're logged in and you're a member, absolutely free. If you go to your My Dashboard right here and you click on Create a Custom Catalog, what you can do is you can narrow down your results and then save it as a URL link and then send it to your fellow partner teachers if you wanted to. So one of the things I just did recently with a teacher who was looking at programs about butterflies and also the life cycle of insects, and they were looking for something that pertained to the lower grade level. So I just said, let's first narrow it down to kindergarten through 4th. We're going to put science as the subject. We'll put life cycle in here. We're going to choose any amount, but we could narrow it down to free or 25 on 150. And then I can show in my results, I'm looking for the target audience, the disciplines. I'll do cost, and I'm going to also want to see what they're going to do for description and definitely standards, because then I can convert those over to what would work in my particular area. So I'm going to put view catalog. It's going to think through that database. And then right here, it pops up all the areas that would hit my particular subject matter. So butterflies and bees, pollinate. So you'll be able to see all the programs that hit our subject matter, and you'll see the price. And if this was really good and I found a couple of them, or I wanted to say, hey, partner teachers, let's narrow this down sometime, but look it over. You scroll to the very bottom, and this one's got a lot of results. So I might go in and decide, hey, maybe I want to trim this down. There's a little section right here, and I could put in an email address. So I put my email address in here and hit send catalog link to an email. It would send that link to another teacher, and then they would be able to click on that link and check out those great results. But that
perfect. Thank you.
Yep. So the next thing I want to talk about, since we kind of jumped into virtual field trips, is let's talk about the other part of CILC. We are known for the Center for Interactive Learning. So we talked about our virtual learning experiences and collaborations. So a collaboration is when you as an educator want to connect virtually to another group of students, maybe that's in another school building within your district, another part of your state, across the United States, over to the north or south, or maybe on the other side of the world. But you often wonder, how can I connect to people? I'm just all by myself. All I do is go into my classroom every day, connect with my 20 students, and then I'm done. But I want to expand their boundaries. So one of the things you can do is you can go to collaborations, and find collaborations. And this is absolutely free. And you can search for collaborations opportunities out there as a teacher. So you can find that there's one for connecting with Egypt, if you're in the higher grades, a mystery box exchange they have going on. This one's happening right now, and they're located in New Jersey. And right away, when you look at it, you'll see kind of a little bit about what they want to do, who it's targeting, how long it's going to last for. And then if you wanted to, as a teacher, you could go ahead and contact Nancy right here, and here's her information, and you could start that chat with her back and forth about how you're going to be connecting with each other and doing these events. Now, if you looked at the events and you're like, I'm just not seeing anything that I'm going for right now, or I am totally lost and don't know how to even start, you can post a collaboration itself. Doesn't take that long to go ahead and put in some information about what you want to do as a teacher. Those new collaborations get sent out in our newsletter to CILC members, and we at CILC only send out one newsletter a week, and that's all we send out our members. So we're not bombarding you daily with, hey, look at this, look at this. We only send you that newsletter. And then the only other time you get emails from CILC is if it pertains to a request that you initiated on the website. So you could go in, put in your collaboration parameters, and then hit submit, and then it would go ahead and put it on the CILC website. And then if you're like, I still don't know if I'm ready to post a collaboration, I want to view past ones to see what other teachers are doing, you can go in and look at ones that were done in the past to kind of give a little inspiration. So if you're an English teacher, you can see that To Kill a Mockingbird was used. Lord of the Flies sounds like a great idea. Thanksgiving, family traditions, got politics you could even do, and much more. So definitely try those out. Great thing to think about is even if time zones are something you're worried about, one way to kind of get around that is to have your students do a flip grid and back and forth questions between your students and the other students. Also just to do pen pals and emails, maybe do reports back and forth and send videos, and then maybe connect live to your counterpart one night during a parent night where you can have the parents also join in on connecting with their students and seeing the other students for the very first time. I know that's a great way to get around people within like Asia or Europe that may not have time zones that balance out, but you can definitely do that. So
Tami, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Regarding the past collaborations that listed, I don't remember. Can you click on those and still get contact information? So if I wanted to see who posted the Lord of the Flies game show or whatever it was, and then be like, hey, I know that you did this in the past. Are you interested in doing it again? Or I'd love to hear what you did. Can we plan something together?
Yes, so all their information is up there, including their objectives of the collaboration. You can see their past materials that they had for this one, the dates in which they did it, and it does provide their contact information up there too. So if you thought, well, maybe they didn't, maybe they're going to do it again, or maybe they know someone else I can connect with, definitely reach out. It doesn't hurt.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And the last thing I want to kind of talk about here on CILC is a couple of our things. We talked about the Pinnacle Award. So to kind of see who won that Pinnacle Award, if you go to CILC, go under Content Providers.
Tami, just so you know, we see your email.
I apologize.
Yeah, right.
I chose the wrong one.
Do it all the time, all the time.
There we go. Now we'll try again.
Perfect.
So here's the collaboration, or we had collaborations up. If you go to under interactive content, become a content provider. Or sorry, not under content provider. Come on, the Pinnacle Award under content providers. Click on there, we go. Then you can see those recipients of the 2018-2019 Pinnacle Award. So that's kind of a great way to dive into that and click on their information. You can see that the programs that they're providing. And then also another thing I'd like to share out, CILC is partnering with Zoom this year to provide free virtual live streaming events for anyone that wants to sign up. So if you go under interactive learning, Zoom live streaming events, or you can go to cilc.org/Zoom events. You'll see all the free programming that we have available currently right now, and then we'll be adding a whole bunch more on in November into December. We're going to be doing over 15 programs this year. You can register for those events. So another great one that's coming up is black hole science. So we're going to learn all about a black hole and what it's made of or not made of. We have turkey stories that you can cut, draw, and sign by one of our authors, who's the fossil record, and also we can find out if it snows in the ocean. That's one I really excited to. But definitely come and check this out, sign up for them. You automatically get a link from Zoom with the connection information. We also then send you that information the day before and also an hour before the event. So
and are these interactive through the chat box, or are they video and audio interactive as well, or is it mostly webinar? What is the format? I don't remember, and I haven't seen one yet this year.
No problem. So it is a webinar format. You will be able to see and hear that content provider delivering the programs, but you'll be able to ask them questions in the chat, and they'll be able to respond to you verbally or on the chat and answer your questions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes.
And Tami, can you show us how you got to that page one more time?
Yes, no problem. Since I didn't show it before, I'll show it correct this time. So I am showing desktop number 2. I'm going to go under interactive content, Zoom live streaming events, and then it will pull all of these up. Or we can go to cilc.org/Zoom events is the short URL for that. But at this time, I know everyone's busy and I got to the points right away. I'll check if there's any last questions. But otherwise, while those come in, I will put up my contact information, and people can contact us at CILC if they have any questions about anything. There's no last questions.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this wealth of information here. What a great website. I know I use it quite a bit. And
Me too, all the time.
And we want to thank you again for walking us through, because I think I learned something every time I watch you do this demonstration. So thank you so much again for sharing all this great stuff.
Thank you for having me, Paul.